Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be continuing our 3D how to make a car for 3D printing tutorial. I believe this is step 5. I should know this considering I'm the one making them, but I barely pay attention. So what we're going to try to do today, at least rather quickly, is we are going to make the hood and try to do the front end. I think we'll save the bumpers themselves for later. So let's get into it. Turn this on. Thank you. Okay, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the hood. And it's actually quite simple here. However, we're going to be finding something called tangent lines. Or maybe, yeah, there's tangent lines here. Okay, so if you can see on the screen here, the hood is rather flat. And also, something I had to notice is that there is a noticeable dip. So I need to make sure I recreate that. But as we go up the flat-ish hood, it's never really flat, there is a bump right here. And that bump does not exist on this blueprint. Now, does that mean the blueprint's bad? Absolutely not. Tangent lines are something that are very common. They're meant to note that it is not an actual cut line or a hard line. So, yeah, tangent lines are something very, very common in practice. Okay, so what we wish to do is we are going to start off by scale Zing this down. So then we get our hump. Now what we're going to do, select this. Now, we are going to select this line. So we'll bring it over. Now, this hood is not flat, so pay attention to that. And then it comes forward a little. Yep, we're good. And it starts to scale upwards. Now, this that we got right here, we're going to double G and bring it forward. Yes, we do have quite the nasty turn here. However, we will take care of that later on. So then from here, we can see the hump. So what we're going to do is come over, scale in the Z. We're also going to come up here, rotate a little. Now, yes, like I was with the side view, because of this tangent line, this is going to require some good eyes to recognize what's going on. This is a lot easier because we don't have the stripe going down. So, there we go. That looks pretty good. Bring it forward, like, suppose. It could be scaled in the Y direction. You could also double G it, however, it might be best in some cases to do the whole thing. Alright, that looks pretty good. And then we are going to scale in the X just a little. I must be hitting them too fast because it didn't register that I hit X. Okay. The hood scoop does go up, however, it does sharply come down towards the very end. So let's see. Keep that stationary. You know what? That's what this is. Just realize that. Talking about hard lines, this is my hard line. That's the back of the hood. So let's double G. Double G. Now I am going to need another line. Put that there. And there's that. Then we'll bring this up, and we're going to rotate it in. like that. And all the way over. All right. Scale it in the Z a little bit. Very nice. Now we are going to need to do something about this. So double G, double G. Make sure that what we just did is not going to hurt the look of this, and it looks good still. We'll take this, we're going to drag it forward a little, and then do our usual drag over. Now we are going to place two of these, one right here, drag it forward. We're going to also lift it up a little. And then we're going to do another one back here. Take it back a little farther, so then when we drag this forward, it's better. Very nice. And then we'll take this and bring that forward, if anything, actually. Let's do this instead. Move that, double G. There we go. Now our wheel was a little more rounded while still keeping this intact. So what we're going to do is we're going to double G this back. Delete this hole. I know that there's got to be an offset command for that to make that a little simpler, considering that what we're doing here is probably unnecessary. Alright, so pretty much emulating this hole in the hood. Now there's a few ways that we could put this. We could do the up position, however, it's only in the up position when the car is, well, running or very warm, because all the pictures of this while it's off, the hood scoop's closed. However, it does open up as the car warms up. But obviously, hard decisions. Let's see. We'll put it in the up direction. So we're going to go with the same rule that we had for the side scoop, in which that, actually, you know what, no. We're going to do this a little differently. However, we're still going to go with this at first, so lift it up just a hair. Alright, so let's actually make this a functioning scoop. So we'll delete that, and now we have an open hole. Now we could leave that there, however, when we solidify this, this is going to protrude outwards, and we do not want that. So what we're going to do is extrude, then scale. And that way, that when we solidify, this is going to go backwards. Can I just add solidification here? Yep, it'll go backwards and in. And it's still open even though we got quite that right there. But at least it's not protruding out. Now maybe if we go too far, okay, now it's completely enclosed. However, it's not protruding out. That is what we want. So, yay. We got that. However, we're not quite done with the hood yet. What we're going to do is we're going to take this. We'll bring it this way a little, however. That will not be the case up here. Bring it forward. And this over. So we'll do that. What we need to do is make the hood come over here. And I do want this to connect to that, so we'll place that there, which this will work nicely because this is meant to be a gap, and then we can obviously close it up here towards the end. Now I think having this like this first will be good. However, we do need to bring this back here. Have this part on the door. Now, the big question. Do I end this right here? I actually think that's not a bad idea. So we'll put that there. We'll fix this up a little because it's a little like such. Very nice. And then what we'll do, I think we need a few more data points here on the hood. So we'll take a 2, bring that up, bring it over. And we'll just casually bring this down like no one saw. We can take care of those fins later under the higher detail section. And then this, good question. Back it up. So then this will come here. Then we'll level that out a little. Place this there as it starts coming up for the windshield. Place that there. Let's bring this down a little. All right, sweet. We got ourselves a hood. Alright, now that we got the hood done, let's do the grill. So what we're going to do, take the front pieces that we have here, we'll scale these in. Now obviously, whether or not you're working on a modern car or a classic car, this part is going to be very different. However, if I can at least teach you on the classic car here, you could take these ideas to the modern car. Classic cars are a lot easier, just for the sole fact that there's not much extra side detail going on. Alright, I'm going to show you a cheating technique. So what we're going to do is, because this is going to be eventually connected all to itself, we'll just take from the top, as then I grabbed all this, brought it down. We're going to scale in the Z to at least invert the angling that we got going on. So if that's going that way, we need to go up a little here. Like such. We will delete this little bit that we stole here, so don't worry. Bring it out a little just because it's outside border. Sit down a bit. Visually make this appealing on the side. delete our square that we got. Alright, so now that we got the entrance here, we need to look at what all's going on the inside, because there's a lot of bits going everywhere. Okay, first off, I am incorrect. So we're going to need to adjust this. So this goes up and over, and not just across, and then has something in the center. So let's adjust that. We are going to need... Actually, before you do a thing, what we have here is not even the metal around it. We actually... This is the lip going around. So if anything, what we actually need to do is not a single thing. If anything, actually, let's move this up. Because this is not the chrome, this is the bare metal. So what we'll need is, this needs to go over here. And then we'll scale in for the chrome. Bring that over. Like before, we're going to need to make all this happy. Ooh, what did you click? Four. I really should have looked up how to do the bridge command because I failed last time. Alright, so that's the chrome entrance. We still need the actual hole. So that, and we do need to be careful because this is asking for it to come outwards. So while I definitely wanted to go in deeper like the actual car shows, we're going to need to adjust some things. And honestly, that might be something to put in the toyification, considering that maybe you want your first model to be all pristine, not messy, or made to look accurate. However, because that's not necessarily how I do it, I'm going to do that right now. And pull this in. Even going to do it a little bit up here too. Because when it comes to printing, obviously, because it does it by layer, we want the least amount of supports necessary. So when it's printing, if it can go this angle and then keep printing upwards instead of having a flat and then printing and bridging here, that won't look as good. Not to mention anything that's toy related, it's going to have dips like this for casting reasons. So we'll keep it like that. Yes, we do intrude on our headlights a little, but that's okay. Now the bottom I did want to pick up a little. Lift that, bring it back over a hair. Now the thing is, did I want to go deeper? Because it is kind of deep. I think that's comfortable. Alright, so we need to fill these in. Now another thing for 3D printing is not doing grill detail. I know that's might be a bit of a bummer, but that might be a little too much, if anything, actually. Let's incorporate a hood line right now. Just so we can fulfill that. This can come down. And then we fill this in. Bring this down. Yes, we did just bring that one up a little, because we don't want a flat grill, we want stuff happening. Then I need another. Sweet. Alright, what else is happening here? Headlights. That, yeah, we're gonna make headlights its own little part here. So, this is the end of this step. Okay, not its own part, its own step. So this is the end of the grill step. Onto the headlight step. Alright, for the last step of this part of the video, we are going to be doing the scariest thing imaginable, and that is dealing with Boolean. So, in order to start this step, it is mandatory to save every 15 milliseconds because stuff is going to get dicey. We're going to go up to 3D cursor and we're going to click here so we at least have the face in mind. Then we're going to come over here. Make sure you are not tabbed. You are physically viewing it like this, and you're going to go to Add Mesh, Add Cylinder. Press your N key to bring up your item. Yeah, go to the item transformations. Then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees, so then it's like this. Z. And then what we want to do is make the radius, the diameter of this circle, equal to that. Make sure that we are, in fact, protruding like this. And because of this car, we're going to need another one. Now, we also need to not be touching that. Because there's a lot of stuff that's about to get screwed up. So be ready. Click Save. I'm not kidding when I say that this is going to get serious. Alright, Boolean. Alright, difference, object. Yes, object. Cylinder, exact. Save. Down click. Actually, no. Before even doing that, let's be smart. Okay, so the thing that we're going to do is going to be permanently damaging this model, and it's going to make everything within the vicinity of these circles need to be made into triangles for 3D printing's sake. So what we're going to do is we're going to double G. We're going to take this excessive amount of mesh that we made earlier, and we're going to kind of build a perimeter around the circles. Because I would at least like the very edge of this to be still squares. Because everything that's being touched by this circle will turn to triangles. Now, you could do this differently and actually prepare for circles to be in the actual model, unlike us doing this. However, remember, this is for 3D printing. Trying to make actual circles is difficult, especially at a low poly stage, which we're kind of breaking that. All right, one more save. Down, apply. Now that we delete the circles, we have holes. Now, I should have done this prior to applying, but it's best to have no faces selected when you apply it because, well, you got to delete this stuff. So, select one of your circles, delete all the faces in the inside. There we go, now we got holes. Okay. First thing we're going to do before we touch a single thing, select the perimeter of what has been touched. What the heckly? Select loop links. We got all the faces in there. We are going to go to the faces and we are going to triangulate. The reason to triangulate is because these freak out if you do not. When it comes to the solidification, if there's any object that has more than four, so like if this square here had 5 vertices on it, the solidification struggles to work. I mean, it will work, it'll just be very glitchy. So do be warned. Especially because it's going to be made into triangles anyway when it converts to an STL. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to replicate the headlights that are on this. So it looks like it has a lip. It comes out a little and then sinks in and then round headlight. So there's our lip. Sink it in. And then the actual bulb. And then, even though I literally just said it 5 seconds ago, just close off that face. It's a circle, so that'll at least be a little more helpful. It shouldn't bug out. And then what we need to do, we'll do 2 just for this bump out that we need. Like that. And then what we're going to do is, nope, we're just going to have to create from scratch a duplicate because those vertices are not going to line up. So we'll do similar. That was that. Similar dip. I do got to pay attention. There's more vertices over here, so this wants to go to the right side when I scale it. See, it's not completely circular. Or no, it is circular, it's just kind of biased. There we go. Got our headlights. Alright, this will be the end of this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Try to keep these coming out at a good pace. So, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.